In a land awakening to freedom, one man dared to dream beyond the skies. While the world raced to conquer space, he envisioned rockets not for war, but for education, agriculture, and the upliftment of millions. From the quiet corridors of Ahmedabad to the launch pads of India's first space missions, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai redefined what it meant to be a scientist. This is the story of a visionary who turned cosmic curiosity into a national revolution. The man who taught India to reach for the stars, not for glory, but for growth. The inspirational journey of Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, from curious child to cosmic visionary. In the annals of Indian science and innovation, few names shine as brightly as Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. Revered as the father of the Indian space program, Sarabhai's life was a testament to the power of vision, intellect, and unwavering commitment to national development. His journey, from a privileged childhood in Ahmedabad to pioneering India's space ambitions, continues to inspire generations. Childhood, a seed of curiosity. Vikram Sarabhai was born on August 12, 1919, into the illustrious Sarabhai family of Ahmedabad, Gujarat. His father, Ambalal Sarabhai, was a prominent industrialist and philanthropist, and his mother, Sarla Devi, was deeply involved in social causes. The Sarabhai household was a hub of intellectual and cultural activity, frequented by luminaries like Rabindranath Tagore and Mahatma Gandhi. Growing up in such an environment, Vikram was exposed to progressive ideas and encouraged to think independently. His early education followed the Montessori method, which emphasized experiential learning and nurtured his natural curiosity. Even as a child, Vikram displayed a keen interest in science and mathematics, often conducting experiments and asking probing questions that challenged conventional thinking. Academic brilliance and scientific awakening. After completing his schooling in India, Vikram moved to Cambridge University in England, where he pursued natural sciences. His time at Cambridge was transformative. He was captivated by the mysteries of the universe and began delving into cosmic ray research, a field that would define much of his scientific career. However, the outbreak of World War II forced him to return to India before completing his doctorate. Undeterred, he joined the Indian Institute of Science, IISc, Bangalore, where he worked under the legendary physicist Sir C.V. Raman. Under Raman's mentorship, Sarabhai continued his research on cosmic rays and earned his PhD from Cambridge in 1947 with a thesis titled Cosmic Ray Investigations in Tropical Latitudes. This period marked the beginning of his lifelong commitment to building scientific infrastructure in India. Building institutions, a vision beyond research. Sarabhai believed that science should not exist in isolation, it must serve society. With this philosophy, he founded the Physical Research Laboratory, PRL, in Ahmedabad in 1947, just months after India gained independence. PRL became a cradle for space and atmospheric sciences, nurturing young talent and fostering cutting-edge research. But Sarabhai's vision extended far beyond physics. He was instrumental in establishing a range of institutions that addressed diverse aspects of national development. Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, IIMA, co-founded in 1961, with support from Harvard Business School, IIMA revolutionized management education in India. Space Application Center, SAC, focused on harnessing space technology for practical applications like agriculture, meteorology, and education. Community Science Center, aimed at popularizing science among school children and the general public. Atira, CEPT, and Nehru Foundation for Development, institutions that contributed to textile research, architecture, and social development. Sarabhai's approach was holistic. He saw science, education, management, and social reform as interconnected pillars of progress. The birth of India's space program. Perhaps Sarabhai's most enduring legacy is his role in founding the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. At a time when space exploration was dominated by superpowers like the USA and USSR, Sarabhai dared to dream that India too could harness space technology, not for prestige but for developmental goals. He famously said, "We do not have the fantasy of competing with economically advanced nations in the exploration of the moon or the planets or manned spaceflight. But we are convinced that if we are to play a meaningful role nationally and in the community of nations, we must be second to none in the application of advanced technologies to the real problems of man and society." Under his leadership, India launched its first rocket from Thumba Equatorial Rocket Launching Station, TERLS, in Kerala in 1963. He collaborated with international agencies, including NASA, to bring satellite-based education and communication to rural India. Sarabhai laid the groundwork for Aryabhata, India's first satellite, which was launched in 1975, 4 years after his death. His vision transformed India from a developing nation into a rising space power. Mentorship and influence. Dr. Sarabhai was not just a scientist and institution builder, he was a mentor who inspired countless young minds. One of his most notable protégés was Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who would later become the President of India and a key figure in India's missile and space programs. Kalam often spoke of how Sarabhai's encouragement and belief in indigenous talent shaped his career. Sarabhai's leadership style was inclusive and empowering. He believed in giving young scientists responsibility and freedom, fostering a culture of innovation and excellence. Honors and recognition. Dr. Sarabhai's contributions were widely recognized. Padma Bhushan, 1966. Padma Vibhushan, posthumously, 1972. He was also elected as the president of the Indian National Committee for Space Research, INCOSPAR, and served as chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission of India. Despite his towering achievements, Sarabhai remained humble and deeply committed to national service. Untimely death and national mourning. On December 30, 1971, Vikram Sarabhai passed away suddenly at the age of 52 while at Kovalam, Kerala. His death was a profound loss to the nation. Tributes poured in from across the world, recognizing him as a visionary who had changed the trajectory of Indian science. Legacy, a star that still guides. Dr. Vikram Sarabhai's legacy is etched into the very fabric of modern India. Every satellite launched, every space mission undertaken, and every young scientist inspired by his story is a tribute to his vision. ISRO's headquarters in Bengaluru is named the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, VSSC. India's Chandrayaan-2 lander was named Vikram, honoring his pioneering role. His institutions, PRL, IIMA, SAC, continue to thrive and shape India's future. More than anything, Sarabhai's life teaches us that science is not just about discovery, it's about purpose. He believed that technology should uplift the masses, bridge inequalities, and empower the nation. Final thoughts. Dr. Vikram Sarabhai's story is not just one of scientific brilliance, it's a story of vision, courage, and compassion. He dared to dream of an India that could stand tall in the world of science and innovation, and he worked tirelessly to make that dream a reality. In a world often driven by competition and ego, Sarabhai's life reminds us that true greatness lies in serving others, building institutions, and leaving behind a legacy that empowers future generations. His journey, from a curious child in Ahmedabad to the architect of India's space program, is a beacon of inspiration for anyone who believes in the power of dreams. He didn't just build rockets, he built institutions, ignited minds, and launched a legacy that still propels India forward. This is not just a biography, it's a blueprint of brilliance. The journey of Vikram Sarabhai begins now.